And we've just listened to Nick play a great example of a fairly simple 16-bar solo over this form on Liza Jane. So what we're going to do is, in the same way that we're learning our melody, learning to improvise, we're going to break things down into smaller chunks. So we know that his entire solo is 8 bars long. We're just going to go through and listen to the very first phrase and see if we can sing along with the whole thing or parts of it. Let's listen to that. Okay. First thing I'm going to try to do is get the starting pitch so I know which direction I'm going to go. So, ba, I can sing it. Ba. Let's see if I can find it. I know that's our home note. B flat. It's not on the home note. Ba, ba. It starts on the 6th scale degree, or concert G. It goes like this. Ba, boo, ba, da, doo, boo, ba, da, ba, da. Ba, bo, ba, bo, da, da. So that first little chunk of the phrase, I'm going to see how many times it takes me to just listen through it, go back until I can get it in my ear, stop and start, and sing it in a way that it sounds like what Nick's playing. I was a little bit off there. So I'll break it down even a little bit further. Maybe just that much. Ba, bo, ba, da, doo, ba. We know that starts on the 6th scale degree. Concert G, ba, da. What direction does it go? Ba, do. This is a great opportunity, even if you don't have a lot of piano skills, just to sit down and get a fixed pitch instrument and try to figure out the notes along with it, or put it on your horn as well. Ba, do, ba. Ba, do, da, da, da. It's this little 3-note set that he uses. Ba, do. My ear really hears that goes back to our home note, that there's a sense of gravity. Ba, do, da, 6, 5, 1. Especially that 5, 1. Here comes the bride. We've heard that in a lot of songs. Ba, do, ba, da, do. He uses those notes a little bit more. Ba-do, ba-da-do. Ba-do, ba-da-do. So I can sing that. Ba-do, da-da-do. I'm going to see if I can sing it along with the recording just to check myself. If any of the notes sound funny, go back and be kind of like a musical detective. If something's a little bit off, you got to just listen, go back to your source material, check it out, and see if you need to adjust anything with the way that you're singing it. All right, let's see if I can sing this first little chunk along with Nick, which my hypothesis tells me is ba, boo, ba, da, doo. Sounds pretty close. It's a little bit of a slur. Ba, boo, ba, da, doo. I'll try to sing along with him. Ba, da, doo. Then it keeps going. I feel pretty comfortable with that first chunk, so I might put that on my instrument. I know that it, from using my detective skills, that it starts on scale degree 6. Concert G, ba. So I just sing that, ba, not that note, ba, ba, boo, ba, da, doo. No. Goes back to the note that came before it. Ba, boo, ba, da, doo. Because I'm singing it, I'm also gathering his sense of accenting and unaccented notes, so I get a little bit of that phrasing, which I wouldn't necessarily get from reading a transcribed solo. So keep that in mind. If you can get in your ears, then you can write it down later and add in all of those style markings, and it'll make more meaningful sense. Okay, so that's our first chunk. Ba, boo, ba, da, doo. G, F, B flat, G, or G, F, B, da, doo, B flat, F, ba, boo, ba, da, doo. And if I remember from singing through it a little bit, it goes boo, I think. Is that the next note? Ba, boo. So I try to slow it down in my head, just a chunk at a time. Ba, boo, ba, da, doo, boo. I think that's right. Ba. Mi, re, do, ba. think that goes up to the third of the scale degree. Mi, re, do, 3, 2, 1. Boop, ba, da, da, da. And it goes up. Boop, ba. Another chord tone. That's the fifth. Is that right? Boop, ba, da, ba, da. No. Boop, ba. Boop, ba, da, da, da. Ba, da, da, da. 3, 5, 3, 3, 1. He's using a lot of chord tones, and so that stands out of my ear. And I know that because that's the key that we're in, B flat major, I might try some of those notes first. So if I see if I can sing that much, ba boop ba da doo, boop ba da da da, ba boop ba da doo, boop ba da da da. Let's see if I can figure that out on my instrument. Ba boop ba da doo, boop ba da da da. Listen to the recording that far, and use my detective skills, see if that's right. Ba boop ba da doo, boop ba da da da. So I try singing along with it. Ba boop ba da doo, boop ba da da da. Boop ba da 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 ba. It's not the third like that last chunk started on. Ba ba boo da da doo, ba ba da da doo ba. Scale degree 2, re, do. I feel where it wants to go in relation to the home pitch. Boo ba da da doo ba, ba doo ba, ba doo. Oh, it actually goes back home. Ba doo ba ba. Ba doo da ba. You know what? I'm learning that the notes that he's playing right here are all notes that we've learned from the melody. And we can think of this collection of pitches. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 1. That's a pentatonic scale, the major pentatonic scale. He's improvising so far just using notes from our key that also line up with this scale, the pentatonic scale. 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6. And so B flat, C, D, F, G, B flat. So this entire first phrase, see if I can sing along with it, and then I'll figure it out on my instrument. A lot of great style in there, and so when we're singing along, we're trying to capture that the swelling of notes, the accents, and things that we'll get into in later chapters talking about, articulation, different things like that. So I'm just going to sing along with it until it feels comfortable with my ear. I don't hear any notes standing out. That's a different pitch. I might want to go back and put my detective hat on and just double check, make sure that those pitches are right. Sounds pretty good. So if I put it on my instrument, I know it starts on ba, scale degree 6, G, ba, boo, ba, da, doo. That's right. Ba boo ba da doo boo ba da da doo da doo. Just do that much. Break it down into smaller chunks. Va boo ba da doo boo ba doo ba doo ba doo. I'm hearing ahead. My ears keep going. Ba doo ba boo ba doo ba. Goes up, back up to the third. The last little phrase. Ba boo ba doo, ba boo ba doo. 3, 5, 6, 5. breaking it down into smaller chunks like this. And then in the same way that we work on learning our melody, our bass line, I try to put it back together. This idea of having whole, part, whole is a great way of learning solos as well as songs. So now I might just put this whole phrase back together. Va boo ba da doo boo ba doo ba doo ba doo ba boo ba da. See if I can play that either in chunks or as that first phrase. Get some of that accent and unaccented notes the way that Nick's playing it, in the same way that I was trying to sing it, and then go back to the original recording, see if you can play it along with it. Yeah, that feels pretty good. And in the way that you'll do with these, with the recording and assessment later, I would go back and I record myself trying to play that solo, listen back, because my in-the-moment detective ears might not be as good as my outside listening back ears. And that's why we record ourselves and evaluate style, pitch content, and rhythm. All right. And so that's a way to break down the first phrase, just a little chunk at a time. You don't have to learn the entire 16 bars at once. You don't even have to do an entire phrase at once. Just break it down, but listen to it in meaningful musical chunks. It's going to be a little bit trickier if you try and do just one pitch at a time. See if you can, sing little parts and then gradually expand them. So, va boo ba da doo. That might be one chunk. I'd add boo ba da ba da. Then ba boo ba boo ba da. Give it a try. See if you can learn at least the first phrase of this solo that Nick gives you on Liza Jane.